I'm going to be breaking down 2 high-performing ad creative frameworks that you can literally steal from this video and apply to your meta ads to get better performance. And not only that, we're going to be going through some extra things such as whitelisting as well. And I'm actually going to be showing you not just whitelisting, but how to actually do whitelisting on another level, how to actually take that to another level. So before we do get into the video, just a quick refresh here on Shopify, just to show you guys some proof that I'm qualified to speak about growing e-commerce brands, scaling e-commerce brands. Last 30 days, one of our clients, 772K in revenue. We help e-commerce brands scale to 8 figures. That's what we do at my agency, Hayes. We have a fully done for you service for ad creative production and also meta ads as well. If that is something you're interested in for your brand, you're doing over 100K per month, then there's a link below this video. You can check us out and book a call if that is of interest to you. And at my agency, we produce hundreds of ads every single month. So in order to really get efficient at finding winning ad creatives, we must come up with a process to be able to find winning ads. And one of the keys in terms of coming up with those winning ads more consistently is using frameworks, right? And I'm going to show you 2 of those frameworks today that I've never shown on my channel before. And we're going to break these down. We're actually going to go watch the ad. I'm going to show you the ads, and then we're going to break them down scene by scene so you can see how the framework is applied to this ad and how the individual elements make up that framework. Some key takeaways as well so that you understand the foundations of this and how you can actually apply it. The reason why I make these videos is so that I can help e-commerce brand owners learn new strategies, learn new frameworks, learn new things that they can actually take and apply, not some abstract concepts that, don't even make sense, right? I want you to be able to take things away from this video and apply them immediately into your brand and start seeing the results, right? So we're going to be using this brand Away as an example. We're going to be watching their ads. And Away is a brand that has done over $150 million in revenue every single year. 9-figure brand. They've been around for a while. You've probably heard of them before. They're one of the first D2C ecom brands that really burst onto the scene in the travel category. They sell luggage. Their flagship products are obviously these hand baggage carry-ons. So let's get right into it. Right, we're going to watch this ad first, and we will then analyze it step by step.
I just want to see if this fits underneath the seat in front of me. There's a rumor that US airlines will make their carry-on bag sizes even smaller, and I'm trying to be a minimalist this time. I mean, look how small this bag is. Usually I'm an overpacker, but a weekend trip and summer weather means less bulky stuff that I need to pack. And if you're curious if the bag fits underneath the seat, it does.
All right, very short, simple ad. Now, a lot of times when you are educating less aware audience stages, right, stages of the market that are less aware, people who are not problem aware, people who are not solution, like those less aware stages, you need longer ads to educate them. This ad, it's people like they already know that luggage exists, right? Like when you're selling luggage, it's not like you're selling a health supplement where you have to educate people on a problem first. With this ad, as we see here, the framework is curiosity, context, challenge, resolution. Okay, this is really the structure of the ad. And this could be done very quickly. You could also take the same framework and expand it out over a minute-long ad if you wanted to go deeper into the pain points. And that would be, for one of those less aware audience stages. So we start with the hook and curiosity. It opens with a real-life test setup, right? It opens a curiosity loop because the scroll stopper creates that immediate curiosity, but we want to see if it fits under the seat, right?
I just want to see if this fits underneath the seat in front of me.
Okay, so that is a curiosity loop, and people want to hang around and see if it actually fits. By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you at your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. So another thing I want you to watch here, and you may have picked up on this, is the speed of the editing, right? Look at how quickly the scene that you're looking at changes. If you leave things too, if you have someone watching the same scene for too long, you're gonna lose engagement. And this, as a general rule, the faster edits are meant for younger audiences, and the slower edits, where you change the scene maybe every 3 seconds, is more for your older audiences, right? So this, considering the creator of this in the ad, probably talking to people in their, late 20s, early 30s, right? So just look at how fast the scene changes. Sometimes it's even faster than a second. but I don't think there's a single scene that lasts for more than 2 seconds.
I just want to see if this fits underneath the seat in front of me. There's a rumor that US airlines will make their carry-on bag sizes even smaller, and I'm trying to be a minimalist this time. I mean, look how small this bag is. Usually I'm an overpacker, but a weekend trip in summer weather means...
Right, so to hold the tension, we change the visual very quickly, even if it means just a subtle zoom in, right? You may have noticed in the hook, there's a subtle zoom in after.
I just want to see if this fits underneath this...
There, right? So subtle things like that can allow us to hold that engagement. So next part of the ad is context, right? So it introduces timely news-based tension, right? This is like, it's relevant, right? Relevance is key. And it adds urgency and perceived social proof as well. So let's rewatch this part.
Seat in front of me. There's a rumor that US airlines will make their carry-on bag sizes even smaller, and I'm trying to be a minimalist this time.
Okay. So that is really the open loop with the news as well. And it adds urgency and perceived social proof because, I mean, this guy knows, that's going to be the case. Maybe people don't even know this is going to happen, right? So it starts to add a little bit of tension there as well. And then we come in with the challenge, right? I'm trying to be a minimalist this time. I mean, look how small this bag is, right? It sets up a personal goal that mirrors the audience's travel concerns. And then it begins showing the product more in a more benefit statement light. And then it begins showing the product as almost the solution to that, desire to be a minimalist, right? We can see here.
Time. I mean, look how small this bag is. Usually I'm an overpacker, but a weekend...
Okay. And then next we get to the relatable tension, right? Relatable traveler problem, and then justifies product choice through context and season, right? Like usually I'm an overpacker, and then basically summer weekend trips away, less bulky stuff I need to pack, etc., etc. And then finally we get to the resolution and payoff, which is, the payoff for the user who has watched this ad through, satisfies the viewer's curiosity. You always want to satisfy that. If you create an open loop with curiosity, if you create something called cognitive dissonance, which maybe is a little bit more polarizing, you always want to satisfy the the statement, right? You want to actually reveal like kind of the punchline, and it also proves product functionality without heavy selling, right? It's more show don't tell, which is I always love to use show over tell in advertising. It just works so well.
Weekend trip in summer weather means less bulky stuff that I need to pack, and if you're curious if the bag fits underneath the seat, it does. I just want to...
Okay, so there we go. That is, very, very simple ad that you can take and apply to your own business, which is curiosity, context, challenge, resolution, right? As I said, you can take this and you can actually expand it over more if you want to go deeper into curiosity, deeper into context, deeper into the resolution where you're showing more of the benefits. You can do that for sure. It's obviously very, very simple and is more for the users who maybe they've already seen Away before. They're kind of aware of the brand and they understand the challenges of traveling. They're, the frequent travelers, and they're just looking for something to satisfy that desire that they have, okay? So key takeaways here, right? As we said, we're using this curiosity, context, challenge, resolution framework. We capture attention, we present a real user scenario, and we resolve a common pain point. We resolve a common concern in under 15 seconds, right? It works because it's native, problem-oriented, and trust building without overt branding. And for ecom brands, this is masterclass in lightweight storytelling. Use customer anxiety loops and small wins to build trust and boost conversion, especially for products solving highly specific travel related pain points. Okay. And you can apply this pretty much to any sector, category, product. It is kind of like a universal framework, right? So that's what I want to talk about here. Now I want to go into this one. We're going to go more into whitelisting and the pro version of whitelisting as well. But this framework right here is an expert criteria stack. And again, we're going to watch this video and we're going to break it down scene by scene, okay?
I worked at an airline for 4 years. I have 4 non-negotiables when it comes to purchasing luggage. Number 1 could save you some money. Make sure your bag is as lightweight as possible when it's empty. This is going to help you avoid going over baggage weight limits while still being able to fit as much in your bag as possible. Second, get a bag with 4 wheels. It's just going to glide so much smoother and be so much easier to carry. Third, look for a bag that's expandable. You never know what you're going to pick up on a trip and might need extra room for. Last, for any personal items, make sure they have a luggage sleeve. This is a game changer for keeping your stuff secure when you're running around an airport. This set has been my go-to combination for the last 3 years. It's from the brand Away. These bags check every single thing off my list.
Okay, so there we go. Now, you're probably picking up on a lot of things already with this ad. First, expert criteria framework, right? Now, this starts with credibility hook. Immediately establishes authority and trust because this person is, they used to work in an airline for 4 years. I talk about this a lot on my videos that when you're using authority, like authority is one of the core principles of persuasion from Robert Cialdini. He has 7 principles and authority is one of them. And it just means that we are more likely to trust and listen to those who are in an authoritative position within the specific field or product category, whatever you want to call it, that we are, interested in buying, basically. So it doesn't always have to be, people, when they think of authority, they think of doctors, vets, people in those positions. But you need to think about within your brand, within your product range, like within that realm, within that environment, who is an authority figure, right? In this case, with travel, you have people who worked on airlines, people who are pilots, right? Those people have authority because they're the ones that are traveling the most, right? So if they're using it and they're, stress testing it, and we're not even going to go to those lengths, then we know that it's going to be good enough for us, right? Is basically the premise of what this is, okay? And, another example here is if you're selling baby products or you're selling something that, related to parenting, then, you could introduce maybe a nurse, a doula, a midwife. You could also use someone who maybe has 5 kids, 6 kids as an authority figure to a parent who has 2 kids, right? Because someone who has 6 kids is like, wow, they know they must be doing a lot more than me in terms of, the products they buy, they're stress testing them, right? Which is basically the exact same thing, okay? So then the next thing we get into the frame setup, right? I have 4 non-negotiables when it comes to purchasing luggage, and it introduces a structured value delivery, right? We know that there's going to be 4. Similar to like a 4 reasons why, 4 ways. Those kind of videos work really, really well at education, right? And it implies insider knowledge. And then we go into non-negotiable number 1, right? We list 1, 2, 3, 4. We're satisfying that desire. We open the loop for the customer, and then we satisfy the desire, right? Practical tip with financial relevance subtly leads into product strength. And by the way, they're probably ordering these in a very specific way as well. Like, you don't want to leave your best until the 4th, right? The best till last. You want to like front load your key benefits, right? Is basically what this is, because customers aren't likely to stick around till the end. So you want to satisfy those earlier on in the video, okay? We just rewatch this to see how it goes.
I worked at an airline for 4 years. I have 4 non-negotiables when it comes to purchasing luggage. Number 1 could save you some money. Make sure your bag is as lightweight as possible when it's empty. This is going to help you avoid going over baggage weight limits while still being able to fit as much in your bag as possible.
Okay, so we're seeing that, yeah, saving money is obviously probably one of the ones that they've seen that customers come up with the most with the lightweight baggage. So they're putting that first, all right? Maybe, maybe not, right? I'm just speculating, but that would make a lot of sense, and it's probably what I would do for my own brand as well, right? Non-negotiable number 2, we emphasize convenience and user experience, and it connects to a way's product design. So notice how with each of these, it's very subtle in the way that we are bringing the product in, right? We're talking about non-negotiables, travel hacks, right? But the product is being brought into it as the centerpiece, and it's not even like very pushy.
Second, get a bag with 4 wheels. It's just going to glide so much smoother and be so much easier to carry. Third, look for a bag that's expandable. You never know what you're going to pick up.
Right, so just something else here is like, this isn't the only bag that has 4 wheels, right? Like, it's very general. And this, I love this style of ad because you could apply this again to anything. It's like a universal framework. And what you can do is like, let's just say you're selling like a health product and you have a doctor saying like, here are 3 things that I never have in my house, right? Or never let into my house. And it's like, number 1, processed sugar, right? Number 2, cigarettes. And number 3, and then it could be like something that like your product doesn't have as well, right? It could be some sort of chemical or something that's inside your skincare, like something that like they would never let into their house. And that's why they use their product. And that is a subtle way to introduce your product as, one of those items, okay? So we went through number 2. We also saw number 3, right? It solves for common travel reality, right? Return trip overflow with the expandability, again, going into a benefit of the product. And then the non-negotiable number 4, final tip with high relatability and day of travel value, okay? So we just watched this one before again.
Pick up on a trip and might need extra room for. Last, for any personal items, make sure they have a luggage sleeve. This is a game changer for keeping your stuff secure when you're running around an airport.
Okay, so there we go. Non-negotiable number 4, high relatability. And finally, we go soft CTA and brand endorsement, natural transition to product, personal use cases, testimonial, and no hard sell. Okay, so we're seeing like a similar thing in both videos where there's no hard sell. This one talks about the product a little bit more directly, and it only introduces the product name towards the end of the video.
That has been my go-to combination for the last 3 years. It's from the brand Away. These bags check every single thing off my list.
Okay, so very, very simple. Now, ad aside, right? This is a whitelisting ad, right? It's from this woman called Megan Home. And whitelisting crushes it when you get it right. And the key with whitelisting that I found is that you need to have obviously the right creator and the right script, right? You can't really take a bad script or bad creator, put it on whitelisting, and all of a sudden it's going to start working for you. We haven't really seen that work, okay? So first of all, I would run these creators through your own pages first, right? Reduce the variables. Try and find the winning creator. Try and find the winning script. Then what you do is once you have a winner, you can put it on whitelisting, and then you're kind of just putting it on a rocket ship and letting it go, right? You're able to get more scale out of that as well. So when it comes to whitelisting, what are some extra things that you can do? Well, whitelisting the pro version, rather than just running like whitelisting ads, is you can also have creator-led landing pages and funnel congruence. You can build these on something like Format, right? Which is a landing page builder, but they allow you to build these kind of creator-led landing pages at scale. right? So that's just one way you could do it. And what that means is you have frontal congruence, is that the ad and the landing page is congruent. They're speaking the same language. So someone sees, this woman, Megan, in the ad, and then you go, let's just say you go to a landing page that's like Megan's top picks for, traveling on a weekend city break or something, right? And then it lists the products, right? It could just be something as simple as that. So that just allows you to create that congruence. Customer knows in the right place, and it connects the dots with the customer, right? Second thing is create that promo codes. If you want to give away promo codes, right? Rather than just saying like some random promo code, why don't you give a promo code that's auto applied at checkout, which is Megan15, right? For 15% off. So that is, again, just a way to make it more congruent. And then you can even go a step further and have created that email marketing, right? Post-purchase. Imagine if someone purchases from this ad and from the landing page that has Megan, and they purchase, one of Megan's top picks, and then they get an email saying, maybe even if it's from like Megan's voice, and it's like, hey, so glad you picked, one of my favorite suitcases. I've tested this out from over 500 flights. I know you're gonna love it. By the way, here are some quick FAQs so that when you get your luggage, you're ready to go, right? Something simple as that. But again, it connects the dots. And the thing is, the brands that win over long term, they don't just acquire customers and stop there. They go into the retention side, and they go into email marketing, SMS marketing, direct mail, customer support touch points, all this stuff to create an experience which gets the customer, first of all, to come back and purchase again. Second of all, to have a very good experience, leave a positive review. And third, to create word of mouth marketing, which, by the way, is exponential in nature, okay? So that is, it's what I wanted to talk about today in terms of, these ads, these frameworks, these whitelisting. To recap, we have expert criteria stack, which is a universal framework. And we also have the curiosity, context, challenge, and resolution framework, which again is a universal framework, which you can apply to any single product or brand. So yep, take these, apply them to your brand, and hopefully you start to see some better performance. And as I said, to get a consistent win ratio, to basically know when you're going to find winners, right? Whether it's 10 creative, 15 creatives, 20 creatives, to find one winner, you need to start introducing frameworks and a more scientific process to building your ads, which when you analyze these ads, it's going to allow you to see specific areas, specific elements where people are dropping off, right? Are they dropping off at the challenge area? Are they dropping off the non-negotiable number one? Is non-negotiable number one not even strong enough? Maybe we need to swap that out. So you begin to create hypotheses around what you can do differently to improve that variation of the ad, and that is called an iteration, okay? So that's what we do in my agency, Haze. If you're interested in, having a team of creative experts and media buyers to really supercharge this area of your business and help you scale effortlessly, then there's a link below to my website. You can book a call, you can chat directly with me. We'll have a conversation about your business and understand if there was a fit for us to come in and really crush it for you. If not, we will leave you in a better place than we found you. I will tell you exactly what I would do in your position. All right, that is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.